Aloha! Welcome to Garden J. Now this one is a really sweet little garden that we have at Hedonesia. We have a few different plants that we have growing here, and these are the maintenance chores that we do for this garden. Now this, and you can come in close, is a little baby pineapple. And so here we have a little pineapple patch with little babies coming up. Now, what we do as a maintenance chore for this one is we pluck out the grasses. You have to wear thick gloves when you're doing this one, but it's a perfect relaxed weeding job because you're basically coming in and weeding through the pineapple patch to make it nice and clear. You do have to wear the gloves because the pineapple is very pokey and it makes yeah, it's a little bit pokey. And that's the maintenance activities for this. The other thing that we do here is whenever you buy a pineapple from the supermarket, if you pluck the bottom of it off, you can put it in the ground and boom, you start growing another one. You know, so they're really easy to propagate, and actually all these pineapples come from various people's purchases at the supermarket. We've never bought one. They've all been planted here.
So what exactly do you pull off?
Oh yes, I should have kept, in another video, I will actually have a pineapple head and I'll show you how to pluck the leaves off. Right now, in this video, I don't have that. So next time around. But basically it's the head of the pineapple. When you cut the head off, you pull off the bottom leaves so that you have a little bit of a stem, and that's what you stick into the ground, and then it grows from there. And it really is, they really love it in the sunshine here. They grow really sweet here.
And for upkeep, you need to pull off.
So pulling out the weeds that are in here, there's a lot of fine grass that grows in there, and so we try to pull up a few of those. In the end, you can only go so far and so much because it is a little bit labor intensive. So this kind of job is really for the volunteer who likes to really be kind of particular in a small place. Other than that, you know, as long as the weeds don't get too out of hand, we let a certain amount of weeds. We don't go that crazy to have a pristine agricultural patch. You know, we call it good enough. We take enough out, but then the plant also fends for itself as well. And it's sort of trying to go a little bit more with nature. We give the plants a little help, and then the plants also do their thing as well. And that seems to make a nice balance as far as labor goes. Now over here, we also have another one, which is one of the perfect plants at Hedonesia. It just grows almost like a weed, and all we have to do is maintain it and give it a little bit of plucking and pruning every now and then. And that is exactly, it's this leaf here, and it's spearmint. Perfect for your mojitos when you're making lovely little drinks and cocktails in Indonesia. And, but as you can see, it has grasses that grow inside it, and it's one of those projects that you really want to have very anal weeding, very picking out the little grasses and stuff like that. So again, it's perfect for the type of person who loves that particular sort of weeding project.
And it's important to get the root up, is that right? It's
important to get the root, but when you're pulling roots on this one, like if you're trying to get this type of grass out, you want to maybe hold down the ground around it. So you're trying to get only the grass. If you pull the whole grass out, then you'll pull out a lot of the spearmint as well. So that's why it's kind of that particular type of job. See what I'm doing? I'm pressing down around it. And then when I pull, I get mostly the grass, and I don't get too much of the spearmint. And that way you kind of go through, you know, and it's one of those jobs that is definitely tedious. But what we try to do at Hedonesia is find people who love certain types of jobs and then let them at it. Monique, for instance, our manager, who's got the camera in her hand right now. That's Monique. She loves this and will make it perfect. And that's what we want. Other people will, for instance, this cane grass in the back, they love to get a machete and attack it. And that's one of the maintenance issues for this border in this garden is the big cane grass that grows on this side. We want to always machete those down. And that's a great weeding job as well, to keep the border. We also try to have red plants, we use coleus and these other red plants here, all over here. And we put these along the border, and we're trying to grow more and more of them along the border. Then it acts as a sort of natural red line to let people know that on this side, it's a hill and a cliff. So please don't go flying over the edge. Over here's our hot peppers. These are really nice hot Hawaiian bird peppers. And that's also in this patch. Basically, Garden J is filled with edible plants. It's what we call one of our edible gardens. Everything that we plant here is something we eat. It differs from some of our non-edible gardens, which we'll show in another video. And this is the final part of Garden J, is we have two little compost zones. What we've done here, this is where we put our kitchen compost in both of these. The chickens come and they help themselves first to the compost. They pick through it, and then the rest of it breaks down, and then after time we use the mulch and we use it for our trees. This is the one tree we have on the property. We're actually not having a good experience with this tree at the moment. It's and maybe this is why, but interesting. Yeah, we're this is a Rollenia tree. It's a great tree. Produces, you can see the fruit up there, a beautiful fruit, but you can see the tree is kind of not doing so well. So this is one of the ones that we want to keep an eye on. I'm looking at this bark on the tree. I'm wondering if this is related. It's got some sort of, I'm pulling off this and I'm seeing all these ants, and I'm wondering, what is that causing the tree to become sick? Not sure about this one. But we do want to plant more Rollenia. It makes such a delicious fruit that, yeah. So, to finish off the video, the last thing over here is, this area here is the border up to Bamboo Hut. We only plant more decoratives on this side because we don't want to affect the privacy of the Bamboo Hut. And then the last thing is, of course, two big groves of bamboo. And these are bamboo that are really amazing, and as they become more mature, we can use them in our construction and some of the building projects that we have here. So we're trying to grow our own building materials as well. And that is Garden J. Thank you. Aloha.